In honor of the release of Spider-Man Homecoming, welcome to my look at the original Spider-Man. If you want to look at this one for ages, it also has the honor of being the first PG-13 rated movie I saw in the theater when I was 10. So, let's get started. The film was directed by Sam Raimi, who like many directors have made biopic superhero movies. Appears been over one low budget like the Evil Dead films. Opened on Peter Parker, a down-logic high school student played by Tobey Maguire, going to a research facility as he plans to attend Mary Jane Watson, played by very lovely Kirsten Dunst. They joined by Harry Osborn, played by James Franco, and Saul Newman, played by Willem Dafoe. One of the first X-Men careers prior to this, then was the 1980 version of Blade. Somehow reinvigorated the big new superhero films after the videos by Robin. I'll get how choice points I get to that one. As Peter takes pictures of spiders for a school newspaper, the facility at Columbia University has been revealed to use DNA for various spiders to create new genetically enhanced spiders. After one breaks loose and bites Peter on the hand. Yeah, by 2002, radioactive spiders and lots have been displaced by genetically entered one's spider's origin story. Meanwhile, at Oscorp, the company has had trouble securing contract with the Air Force, not wanting only a project value and suit, but also an experimental gas that can enhance the ability who takes it. After that, Paul Fundy unless Norman and Dr. Strong perfect the formula. Back home, we see Peter's Aunt May, played by Rosemary Harris, and his Uncle Ben, played by Cliff Robertson. As Peter returns home, he undergoes strange transformation, gets home to rest. I must say that many of the effects in this transition are pretty trippy. He was pretty good at $193 million in 2002. Back at Oscorp, no one decided to take the chemical results despite Dr. Strong's urgings, even though it's caused adverse effects on many previous subjects. Sure enough, it does indeed enhance one's strength and agility, but also makes them violently unstable. He throttles Dr. Strong and throws him through a plate of glass into a bunch of research equipment. Next day, Peter thanks his body and Isaac on miraculous transformations and discovers more his powers on his way to school. I must say, after all these years, even though many of the then state their special effects have aged, Chemical was still quite nice. Done British cinematography, he provides very good shots that would not be a place to comic book, as well as certain play that makes them work on film. Norman comes to, the glider, and Super Elements still in that Scorpio's really has improved. Though the webbing and growth was worse games I'm taking used to. There was also fighting the hallway Flash Thompson, despite being a typical joke jog flash of his death. It's one of the few scenes that shows how story Spider-Man often has parallels with age, especially true given how a draft was very much his camp before he left the project. After school, Peter discovers how to climb the walls of a building and jump off rooftops against some of the most other surfaces. These are probably some of my favorite scenes of the film as well as other versions, where Peter's trying to learn how to balance these powers, push the other heads, it's like being a young man from Queens. As Peter continues to try to win the heart of Mary Jane, he decides to try his hand wrestling in the amateur arena. He even designs early version of Spider-Man costume as part of his weapon abilities. Ben then takes Peter into the city, and even before they leave, Peter's not familiar with among key themes of the series. With great power comes great responsibility. As Peter dons a costume to take on Bonesaw McGraw, played by the late Macho Man Randy Savage, his persona Spider-Man given by an announcer by Bruce Campbell. That's the answer to the zombie killer, not the Pokemon trainer. Even when Peter's caged in with Bonesaw, he's actually when the fight and getting a better grip on his powers. However, when he's still in the prize made by the promoter, he makes fatal mistakes letting him get by him in the elevator, even though it could have easily stopped him. This leads from the key part of the origin story. The Rover ends up killing and banishing his car, and even though the executive sounds different every time, the one constant to his mistake is when he gets how each day he wears a mask since then. I'll start with Cliff Robertson's passing and seeing if Peter meeting Ben in his dying moments is even more poignant. Peter then catches wind of the Mugger's whereabouts and falls into an abandoned building. Even though Peter could easily end him, he instead delivers the Mugger to police when he returns home. Meanwhile, as military decides to go with Oscorp's rival's quest, they're eliminated by Pumpkinmon's managed figure on the glider, the Green Goblin. Peter and Harry graduate high school as their class, but in Ben's absence, the development is bittersweet. Another key reason why this one's one of my favorite takes on Spider-Man is the same reason why any good film in this genre works. No matter who's wearing the costume, it's getting people to care about the person behind that's most crucial. As Peter is consoled by Aunt May, he finds a costume in his notebook and uses the money he got from wrestling match to make a new costume, a grand montage rescuing civilians from robberies. And this design is my favorite takes on a suit. James Atkinson is a fantastic costume designer who's still active in the industry today. Spider-Man's heroics catch attention debut on the editor-in-chief, J. Jonah Jameson, played perfectly J.K. Simmons, and opaque quality photos on the webhead despite being quite vocal with displeasure of the character. He is another one of the favorite parts of this trilogy. Every time I put one of these films on, I don't see an actor, I see Joe Gino Jameson. Pretty tough to top his performance in the MCU, but I'm glad I'm not trying to introduce him right away. Back at Oscorp, while the company is once again turning a profit, Norman's outraged at Wood only want to take the company public up to also vote him out. Willem Dafoe is now to have immense respect for his performance as Osborn's greatest analyst range, then cut to World Unity Festival and performance with Misa Gray. For those who don't know who she is, basically, she was at that time period to someone unlike Adele Hall as to this one. Even though the fight between Spider-Man and Green Goblin itself was relatively impressive at the time, a lot of CGI Spidey leaps on top of the balloons has aged. Reminds me of that GameCube game I used to have. The Goblin kills Oscorp's board, and Spider-Man rescues MJ falling off the balcony. Also, look closely in the crowd shot, you can see the series copy of Stan Lee. Also, I understand how some people feel on how the Goblin would be a place episode of Power Rangers at that time frame. They actually did try to make a comic accurate Goblin costume at first. Based on the screen test, the results were less than desirable. Back at Norman's compound, while some folk do find scenes a bit cheesy, I personally find it figure this day how Norman Sullivan is going insane for the continuous Goblin suit, and Defoe's performance reflects that. The Green Goblin attacks the officer Bugle and Spider-Man's incapacitated Goblin, who presents him an offer. Join him and see the ones he loves pay the price. Bugle then issues a demand for Spider-Man's arrest, but as Mary Jane is rescued by Spider-Man from muggers in an alley. The most memorable scene in the movie occurs when she share a kiss in the rain, despite hanging upside down from his webbing. That is basically a good visual of my ideal cop movie in one shot. Combine story special effects and witty lines with engaging stories and good characterization. The next day, Spider-Man rescues a baby in a burning building, and even though the police try to bring him in, Spider-Man is heated into a fight with Green Goblin, and Spider-Man refuses to work for the Goblin and narrowly avoids getting cut to ribbons of one of his pumpkin bombs. Even though many movies like this since, and I still love that fight scene. The two of them go to dinner with each other, and Peter's nearly found out by Norman with a wound on his arm. While I've had stranger Thanksgiving dinners, often the conversation peel up and involve every bit as juicy as a turkey. Norman then devises a new plan. Garza wants Peter Parker cares about drawing Spider-Man. While Aunt May is fortunately alright, Peter realizes that Norman knows he's Spider-Man. When his attack on Aunt May has failed, Norman sets course to Mary Jane and forces Spider-Man in a final showdown. Not only is MJ dangled over Brooklyn Bridge, Green Goblin also, after training for children, and demands Spider-Man choose one to save. It's a common thing in these movies, but it works. The villain takes what the hero loves most, uses it against them. As for the whole scene where a bunch of New Yorkers throw things at Goblin, this scene was aired after 9/11 and it also made what many people feel at the time. The first trailer and poster of the film were poor because of that, and this line puts it perfectly. Mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. While the fairies able to pick up the train car and Spider-Man will get MJ to safety, find out truth takes place in a building by the bridge. There's no one is being beaten, just realizes airless ways and he's more than wounded his own glider. His comic counterpart may often be depicted as Moses' murderer, but here, Norman tells Peter and his diamonds that Harry can't know what he's done. So as no one remains to return to his compound, Harry tells Peter that even though he's his best friend, he told Spider-Man what happened to his father. The ending is quite bittersweet. It does have the hopeful moments of Spider-Man continuing to protect New York and Mary Jane wants their relationship with Peter. This ends original Spider-Man. Even after all these years, and the fact that two more actors have worn the mask since then, it's clear that this movie and sequels are a different condition of the big budget comic movie as we know it. Cements after the likes Dark Knight trilogy and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The film was also most successful in 2002, of won $3 million in the US, $820 million worldwide. Even though I have seen this so many times since I was 10 years old, I have great memories for it to be a part of its time. Final rating 3 out of 4. Don't go anywhere because next up is I'll look at Spider-Man 2.